Alright boys, let's do it. Let's talk about the big one. Forza Horizon 6. Because I'm going to be honest, yeah, they kind of pulled one over our heads this year. I think I can speak for all of us when we were thoroughly shocked at E3 this year when, in August, Horizon 6 wasn't announced. And I have to admit, I was even more shocked a few days ago at the Game Awards when, yet again, Forza Horizon 6 wasn't announced for a few reasons. If they wanted a spring release of Forza Horizon 6, the Game Awards was their last chance to announce it. Because there's just not enough time to get people excited now, and there's no big stage to announce it come early next year. So, what does that mean for Forza Horizon 6? That's a great question. As we all know, GTA 6 is releasing sometime next year. 90%. There is the chance that they push it to a spring release of 2026. However, they've been working on it for a long time, and they wouldn't have started to tease it unless it was in an almost ready state, because they just don't want to get people excited if they can't deliver. It's been long enough that, there would have been no reason to announce it for next year. They would have just held off on announcing it if it wasn't ready. So GTA 6, 95%, it's releasing next year, likely at the end of the year. They could surprise us. It could happen early on, but unlikely. We probably would have heard more at the Game Awards around GTA 6 if that was going to be the case. So what's that mean for Forza Horizon 6? Well, they're not silly. They know that GTA 6 is going to release at the end of next year, and they also know that, hey, this is a bad thing to release your game at the same time as this other very big game, because people are going to be addicted to GTA 6. I know for a fact I won't be able to put it down. I played GTA 5 religiously for years after it came out. It was the funnest game I had ever touched, and GTA 6 is going to be so much more than that even. So, it's not going to be one of those things people are playing for a few weeks and they're already looking for something else to play. That is going to take up the entirety of the end of next year. However, I'm starting to think Forza doesn't care. What I realistically expect to happen at this point, seeing as there's a 0% chance that they can release spring next year, Forza Horizon 6 is going to be announced at E3 or whatever they change the name to in August of next year. And then they're going to do the usual thing where come October or November, they're going to release Forza Horizon 6. Because they know they can't go another full year. They probably have most of the game ready, but they didn't have enough of it ready where they were able to spring release it. So they didn't want to announce it a full year ahead of when they were going to be releasing the game. But another 8 months gives them time to do that and make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. And let's not forget, a large portion of their development team finally had enough with them and packed up this year. It's fair. I would probably have too. So it's no shock that it is going to take them longer than usual to release their game. And Forza Horizon 5 was a success. As much as we all dislike the game and we see how unfinished it was and how there wasn't a whole lot of content, it was one of their highest played games of all time. Not only was it on Game Pass, but on Steam as well. And it made them an incredible amount of money. So it's not like Forza Horizon 5 did bad and they're thinking of not releasing another game. Forza Horizon 5 did really good, actually. Which I know a lot of people don't actually realize, me being one of them. So, I believe Forza Horizon 6 is next to done. And what we can expect from it is probably a lot of things that people actually want. I think with their team leaving, they perhaps took a step back and a second perspective on the game to realize what people actually want from them. I think a lot of community requests will be looked at, and they're gonna try and hopefully build this one from the ground up, or at least that's what they've been doing. Because the last thing they know their fans want is another copy-paste of a Horizon game and car models and all that, with a, I suppose, big map with not a whole lot to do, because that is the problem at the end of the day on Horizon 5. The map is massive. Yes, it's absolutely huge, but it's filled with nothing. It's filled with copy-pastes of the same events over and over that eventually you just get bored of doing. We're going to turn around. And I don't think Horizon 6 is going to do that. Not only have they had long enough to actually make some major changes to the game, but they see how bad all these other games have done that have released since Horizon 5. Think about what we've had. We had the Crew Motorfest, which did okay over time, but it definitely was nowhere near as big as The Crew 2. And more recently, we had Car X Streets, which I don't think I heard anything about the game following 5 days after its release. And unfortunately, worst of all, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, which I think is under 100 active viewers as of right now. So the last thing that Forza wants is for their Horizon 6 game to do that. They know this is the last chance for racing games as a whole. Motorsport is maybe even topped off after its release last year. Or was it this year? I can't remember. I think it was last year. But it did so poorly, I would not be shocked if there was never another motorsport game in Forza's lifestyle. Or lifespan. Lifespan is what I meant to say. And perhaps there might not even be another Horizon. Perhaps it will be similar to what we know in Horizon, but they could be just trying to do something new altogether to mix motorsport into Horizon so that they don't need to have separate teams of development. This is all speculation, but what's not speculation is the fact that they are definitely going to release a game next year, and I think it will come out around the same time that GTA 6 does, and they're just willing to deal with it because they know Forza is going to be a Game Pass game. It's not something they have to convince people to buy because people are already convinced to buy Game Pass, and they know that if it's good enough, people will play it, and it will be around for a long time, as will GTA 6. So at the end of the day, I don't think they're really as intimidated as maybe they should be by GTA 6, but they have pretty good reasons not to be, Game Pass being the major one. So, super long-winded way of saying, Horizon 6, in my best guess, especially with Backstage being added to Horizon 5, will be announced August of next year, and we can fully expect an October and November release, and there's a chance it's not a Horizon game. Maybe it is Horizon 6, but I wouldn't be shocked if they're changing the franchise up completely with a new team of developers. I think it would be smart, and I think it could revive driving games for all of us. But that is everything, and probably even more than there was. As always, we'll see you boys in the next video. I'm out. Peace!